Hello and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob and I call myself S04E05. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do so, it would help it out a lot. And if you are, I would say thank you very much. And it's Thursday today, so time for another United save. And we're going to start off with a Champions League game against Nice. And we're then going to have a league game, or a Premier League game, and Carabao Cup game before this episode is over. But let's jump into this game against Nice and see what we can do against them. See what kind of players we can use today. We're not going to be trying to play with a lot of reserves today. Today we're going to try and fit in as many. Let's see. The Delete is not going to be the cover. Fofana is going to be the cover. Joseph Webb, we're not going to be playing with Joseph Webb. Alfonso Davis is going to come in. Lamptey is our first choice there. Ferguson is not going to be in the goal today. It's going to be De Gea. Morgan Pearce is having fitness problems, so I guess we're going to be going with Sancho. Jude Bellingham is in need for rest. Andy Stokebridge, well, should we go with Bruno? I think we're going to start with Andy Stokebridge. He needs to develop. I have high hopes for him. Look at the potential ability in this player. It's so high. So I'm going to just keep on playing him and bring in Bruno Fernandes when needed. That's the way it is. Kylian Mbappe, Erling Haaland, Chesko. Do we have a fresh Karim Adeyemi? Where is Adeyemi? Oh, he's fresh. Let's bring him on for Rayman first of all. And then we bring him on the pitch. There we go. I think this is the team we're going to be using today against Nice. And oh, do we have Seiwald back? Seiwald is back, but he's got some fitness problem and he's not very good at that at the moment. So, yeah, I need to find another defensive midfielder. Another future one, I think I'm going to be able, or maybe an old man that could be as a reserve. But he needs to be quite good. He needs to be able to play in the games, especially games perhaps that is not of the highest importance. So I mean, it could have been good to have someone like Casemiro or something. I don't know. We're going to have to see about that. Let's go to the game here now. Let's get this game on the way and see what we can find other outside of the games after that, and pump fist, and we go with the assistance recommendation, and let's get the game on the way. Like that. Here we go. Nice away. They will travel to France to face off against Nice. Ain't that interesting? Rosario, they're keeping a hold of the ball quite good here. And well, it's only half a minute so far, but they hold on to the ball quite nicely. Fofana to Sancho. Now we get a hold of the ball. Here's Lamptey, here's Haaland. Lamptey, Sancho with a good ball to Stokebridge. Oh, Stokebridge or Stokebridge? I really don't know. I think it is Stockbridge, isn't it? Here's Delect, Fofana, Bellingham, Delect. Nicely played back in the defense there. Sancho, Lamptey, Haaland, long ball towards Mbappe. Mbappe gets it into Adeyemi. Back to Davis. Alfonso Davis comes around. Oh, finds nobody with that pass, unfortunately. De Ligt, Bellingham, Lamptey. We're playing good, that's for sure. Long crossball there, and Adeyemi. Nicely done. Beretz, Drasuchuchu, Jesus. Well, we are pressing them at the moment. They're playing quite well as well. Could go either way so far. What was Tariq Lamptey doing there? Staying behind him. Oh well. Here's Lamptey. Long ball towards Adeyemi, but it doesn't reach him. Oh, Stokebridge stealing it. Here's Adeyemi. Oh, bad pass by Adeyemi again. Haaland. Haaland. Another bad pass. What's going on? What are my players doing? My lads, what are you doing? Stockbridge, Mbappe, Adeyemi, back to Mbappe, and oh, that could have been a really lovely goal. Little more power in the pass from Adeyemi, and it could have been really, really good. But and Haaland has gotten injured, so yeah, let's bring on Benjamin Sesko for him. That's not good. 20 minutes into the game as well. Little too early to replace him, I think. But yeah, okay. Stockbridge, Haaland. Here's Sancho. And Stokebridge. Ooh, Stockbridge with that header. A good save by their keeper, though. Now we need a break in the game here so we can take off Haaland before he gets seriously injured. Oh, come on. Well, oh, good tackle by Lamptey there. So now he should be out. Now Sesko is in. Yes, Sesko, Adeyemi, Sancho, Bellingham, Stockbridge. Oh, Stockbridge, Bellingham, Sancho, Lamptey. And, oh, Adeyemi is there, and there it's, oh, Sancho. Come on, United. 30 minutes, and it's still a goalless draw so far. Still keep us top of the table in the group, but, yeah, we know we want to win every game. Yeah, I guess Stockbridge is one of the players that's going to be leaving in the second half to make room for Bruno Fernandes and see if he can put a change to the gameplay here. Oh, Adeyemi with offside. Alright, he's offside a lot, I must say. Mbappe with the free kick here, and is strucken away by their defence. Lamptey, Bellingham, Sancho, Bellingham, De Ligt, Fofana. Here we go, Sancho, oh, Sesko, Sancho, oh, outside. Well, oh well, oh well. We need to play better in the second half, that's for sure. It's not on Old Trafford though, which is for me important to have in mind. It's not as important. It is important to win anyway, but I wouldn't say that I would be extremely disappointed with a draw away, although we always want to win. But drawing against a team like Nice at a home pitch, I would be pretty pissed then. Let's take out Stokebridge and bring on Bruno Fernandes and see what he can do. Lamptey, Mbappe, Adeyemi. Ooh. So I think it's going to be Bruno Fernandes with the corner, yes, and he floats it in, and Sesko is there, but it's headed away by the defence. Mbappe. Oh, Fofana, Bruno Fernandes, Adeyemi, back to Davis, Bruno Fernandes, long ball towards Sancho, but I can see that Mbappe is getting really tired as well. And I don't think we have any... Yes, we do. Don't we have Marcus Rashford who can play there on the bench? No, we don't. So what we're going to do is actually go into tactics. And we're going to move Mbappe over to the right side. And then we're going to take out Mbappe and put Morgan Pearson. That's how we're going to solve that problem. So Sancho will get to play on the left side instead. Here's Davies to Sancho, back to Davies, back to Sancho, to Adeyemi, to Bellingham, to Fana, Bellingham, Sancho, Adeyemi, come on, we got this. Davies back to Adeyemi and gets it into Pearce. Oh, Morgan Pearce. You don't get much better chances than that, that's for sure. Incredible chance for Morgan Pearce to make it 1-0. That's too bad. Lamptey to Bellingham, back to Lamptey, to Bellingham, to Lamptey, to Morgan Pearce. Gets it in, and ooh, Sancho is there. Good ball from Pearce though. Here's Bruno Fernandes with a free kick. It's headed out. De Ligt to Bellingham. Out to Lamptey. Back to Bellingham. To De Ligt. To Fofana. Bruno Fernandes. Adeyemi. Sancho. Come on. Here comes Lamptey. He gets it into Shesko. Oh. We always score. Well, we almost always score. So, yeah. But I'm starting to worry about it in this game. But we have dominated the game. They haven't really had any really good chances. We have had a lot. But maybe not as good as... Oh, I hit the post! Oh! Maybe not as many player chances as I would have liked. But we've had a couple of chances and to take this to a victory. But so far we haven't been able. 15 minutes to go. Fofana, De Ligt. I think we're going to demand more. Bruno Fernandes. I think we're going to demand more, actually. Because we should be better than Nice, of course. There's Fofana. Moving up with the ball to Sancho. Sancho getting it to Shesko. Shesko hits the post again! Second time he hits the post in this game. Oh, my lord. 10 minutes to go. We need to do something. Let's up the tempo. Let's go a slightly... And let's go with this, of course. Full out. I want a victory here. And we've been the better team. And, yeah. Let's push here at the end. Sancho's there, but Benitez, he's been good in the goal as well, what I've seen. The two post hits are, of course, the closest thing we've had to goals. Both of those were lethal and could have given us the victory. But, yeah, it's almost the 90th minute, and we still haven't been able to score. Shesko getting free. Shesko, Pearce. Oh! No curl on that ball, or he could have put it into the side nettings there. Fofana heading it home to De Gea. 3 minutes of added time, and this is... Will there be a goal in this game? And will it be a United goal? Here comes Adeyemi. He's free. Oh, he misses the goal completely. What a horrible thing to see. It's over now. And it's going to end in a goalless draw. A big disappointment in my eyes. I'm not going to throw any water bottle or anything like that, but I'm going to show my disappointment, that's for sure. And I'm just going to say that I'll see you in the next game. And so we're here. Time for the league game against West Bromwich at home. Today we need to score. I'm not going to accept a goalless draw today. Home. West Bromwich. That's 3 points and a couple of goals. That's going to have to be scored. I see Stokebridge is very tired, so Bruno coming in. Sancho is tired, so Morgan Pierce is going to get to play today. Let's see. How is it with Nicholas Seibold? Still a bit yellow there, but other than that, he's actually ready to be able to play, I think. So I think let's take out Guerrero to give Seibold the opportunity to play in the second half at least, taking out that very tired Jude Bellingham. Haaland, I think Shesko gets to start today. Oh, a bit tired, both of them, attackers, but yeah, never mind. Mbappe in need of a rest. Shortshire is back, but I think we're going to go with Marcus Rashford there because he's fully fit and everything. Do we have anything else we can do? Alphonso Davies and Tariq Lamptey. We would love to find somebody that can play for those. And we do have Joseph Webb. My feelings is more toward Drew Warburton, but he's playing in the under 18 and he has played since he's so tired, so we're not going to be able to use him. Mattia De Scaglio is injured, so he's not going to be able to play in that right defense situation, so we're going to put in at least Joseph Webb on the left, and Matthew Rodwell has played. I mean, it says that Ben Carroll can play on the right as well. But I'm worried that he's not good enough. Let's see. Let's put him in. Only 1 star. Well, he needs to get some games as well in order to develop. So let's play him. Let's give him that chance. Since Tariq is so tired that he is. I'm thinking maybe we should let Haaland get a real rest and let Rayman come in be on the bench. I think we're going to do that. Yes. Can we place... No, we can only have 12. All right. And we got Nacho injured, which isn't good. Shortshire is in search for fitness. I think we're going to go with this team today. Going to be interesting to see if we can beat West Bromwich with these players, but I guess we should be able to. We still have a very good side, especially at the centre. So just move on and always press. We can do that. Dressing room, pump our fist, and yeah, let's go out and play like we're favourites, like we are. Here we go. And they kick the game off. And let's see if we can get that ball. I forgot to look for an older defensive midfielder like Casemiro or something. So, yeah, no news on that front. And to be honest, we can't sign anybody from the 1st of January anyway, so I don't need to panic and do something now at once. But I'm gonna see if I can find some cheap lad. Oh, let's look. Oh, because it would be nice to find somebody that is not way too bad but doesn't cost a lot of money. I mean, players like the ones I had, like Pogba, I could have kept him, but he was earning way too much money and was way too much of a problem in the team, I felt. But, ooh, good save by De Gea. So I'm quite pleased that we finally have gotten rid of Paul Pogba for good, not only out on loans. So that's good. And yeah, I think we have some more stability in the team now, and yeah. But of course, I could use somebody of his stature in the midfield, but because he could play as that defensive midfielder as well, even if he was not really a defensive one. Morgan Pearce, can he get the ball in? Yes, he can, and there is Adeyemi. Ho, 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 but he might have been a fractional offside here. Let's have a look. Having some hard time. Let's see. He was offside. Oh, that's too bad. Oh, he's offside so often, unfortunately. But the pass might have gone backwards, so he wasn't offside. That's good. Oh ho, it's 1-0 for United. Bruno Fernandes with a free kick. Shesko, but it's headed away by the defender. Has Joseph Webb, I should say. Neil Webb was an old United player. Oh, what a shot from Fernandes. Neil Webb was a central midfielder that played for United in the 80s. So, yeah. Let's try to imagine that Joseph Webb might be his child. That is, it's his son, that is, or grandson. The 80s is so far away now that they could, if he had child then, let's say they were 5 or 10 years old, they could be 40, 45 years old now, and maybe even 45, 50. So they could have children that are oh, yes, Wesley Fofana makes his first goal of the season, and isn't that his very first goal for United then? Because I think this is his first season for United. So that's interesting. That's very interesting. So 2-0 for United after 25 minutes, and now it should be a transport thing here now. We should be winning this. Oh, Morgan Pearce. Morgan Pearce has played well today. 7.3. Bellingham getting a bit tired, but we all know that in the second half, Seiwald will come in, and so that's no problem. Pearce, Fofana. Ooh. Nice to play in the Premier League when we can win again. We should have won that game in the Champions League as well. But you can't win them all. You cannot win them all. Even if we won every trophy last season, which was a tremendous thing to do. First time I've ever done that, to be honest. Even though I've played and cheated quite a lot when I play by myself, and never been able to manage to win everything. This time I can't cheat, since I don't want that sort of, because then everybody can play it, but in the cheating way. But oh, and that's another one. So yeah, first time I win everything in a season. I do it without cheating. That's interesting, and that's cool. I do remember I did back in the very first Championship Manager. I've said this a couple of times before, but I played a save there where I played for 33 seasons, winning the Premier League 30 times, and ending up in second position the other 3 times. Oh, Shesko! 4-0. Winning the FA Cup, I don't remember how many times, but it was quite a few. And I won the League Cup a couple of times as well. But the Champions League, I think I won it. I don't exactly remember, but I know it was a few times, and I can say that it might have been only once in those 33 years that I won the Champions League. But the Champions League was more difficult because the Premier League wasn't the strongest league back then. So the Italian teams and those were always stronger than the Italian or the English teams. However strong you managed to get your team. It didn't sort of change either. I don't know if there's anything like that built into the game now, where things can change. The English Premier League is at the moment the strongest because we have all these oil money and TV rights, but that can somebody finds it interesting to invest that money in Spanish football, and all of a sudden we can have a complete change of the strongest league. So that's a bit unfortunate. That there should be some slum. Is that what you say? Slum? No. Something generated that there could be a change of the big money, so that the big money all of a sudden might be ending up in Germany, which would be cool. Because as it is now, when you play a game, all the rules that they have implemented or have planned to be implemented is implemented into the game, of course. But and that's why one thing is good by ending with Football Manager 2022, because I think it looks a bit weird the way they're gonna be playing Champions League. I haven't played. I should be honest there. I haven't played in the 2023 a Champions League situation where they've changed to the new rules. I haven't, so I've never gotten that far in a save. Yeah, I really don't know. But those things changes. But I mean, yeah, there are still some things that could change in a way that that I feel that they could improve the game. Like there could be, let's say that there would be some oil sheikh deciding to invest money in. We can't say Sweden, because Sweden still needs to get rid of the 49% law, where you're not allowed to own more than 49% of a club, which means that nobody wants to put a huge amount of money into any Swedish teams so that they could compete out in Europe. Ooh! Oh, there we go! But let's say there could be somebody that finds that we really want to buy PSV Eindhoven in Holland or Netherlands. Oh, it's disallowed. That's sad. And all of a sudden, somebody else is putting money into the Ajax, and then 2 or 3 clubs later, and all of a sudden they start to get in the really good players, and the TV money increases, and all of a sudden the Netherlands league would surpass Premier League in interest and in us being the strongest league. I think things like that should actually be some generation that could happen. I mean, yes, try to keep it as much. Oh crap! But it's 5-1. Try to keep it as realistic as possible, so that you just don't. It shouldn't be happening over a season or two. But let's say you're 15 seasons into the game. A rich oil sheikh or a rich Mongol, some really rich person buy up PSV, which after them winning the league 2 or 3 years in a row, somebody rich put in money into Ajax because they are a big Ajax fan, and they look upon as Ajax seem to have no future, as PSV can deliver every season, and then that sort of, that is the two teams that it is now, of course, but or have been mainly for a huge amount of years. But that could generate, if they could get the really high profile players into the league, could generate more TV, more money and things like that. Maybe PSV with that money can bring in players to win the Champions League 2 or 3 years in a row or something like that, and that will increase the interest of the Netherlands league, and so forth and so on, and so it's not something that should be just, oh, this season we have the Netherlands going to be the dominating, because we all know that the English league is going to dominate for a couple of years now, at least 5. I'm talking Swedish in the middle of everything. I'm stupid. Anyway, for the next 5 or 10 years, we know that it's just the Premier League that's going to be dominating, especially if Qatar can, these new Qatar owners can buy United, because then United will have that money behind them as well. And of course, another thing that needs to stay clear is the things that City is in court for. They need to clear their name with all of those situations, or of course, if they get caught in going down with all of those, maybe losing their Champions League and losing a couple of league titles and stuff like that, then the interest will pretty quickly go down on the English league as well. We could see how the Italian leagues. The Italian league is a really huge example of that. In the 90s, the Italian league were dominant in Europe. They had some of the greatest teams, and in the 2000s they were really good and so on, up until all of these corruption things with Juventus and everything, and after that the Italian league has pretty much dropped out of being a competitive team. I mean, yes, they were in the Champions League final against City and so on and so forth, but I feel that the Italian league has really dropped immensely. I think that the Italian teams that managed to go through in the Champions League and stuff like that are actually really lucky. It's going to be hard not to see English teams in the final, as long as they have the power that they have now. Because let's face it, I mean, 9 out of 10 times an English team meets an Italian, the English team is going to win, because that's where the money is, and that's where the players are. So, but the ball is round, anything can happen, as we've always known. Oh, we have forgotten to do changes. Bellingham should go off, and I guess we're going to have to play with... holy smokes, how that's our team is tired. I've talked away this entire game, but I hope you have found it interesting what I've been talking about in this game, and enjoyed our 7-1 victory at the same time. I do have a lot of views when it comes to what's needed to do and stuff like that in real football in order for it to get somewhere and to become something. But and in this game, of course, things that I would like to see in the game, and that is one of the things that I would like to see, that the possibilities for the power leagues could change, even if there's just a slight chance for it to happen. It should be able to happen, because that's real life. I mean, the League of France is just Paris Saint-Germain, and that's mainly because of all the tax rules that they have and stuff like that, what I know, which makes it very difficult for them to have a sort of football league where they can become rich and famous, the football players in the same sense. Because they need to have money like the PSG owners in order to pay them salaries that makes them. I mean, there's no other team that can bring in players like, in France I should say, that can bring in players like Neymar and Messi and stuff like that they have had in the club throughout the years because of their money. So yeah, but the rules can change in France, and all of the southern France could become a powerhouse of a team if they change tax rules or something like that. That could be a really strong. But I think they're not going to change that as long as the French national team can compete in the world scene. If the national team, though, drops out of competition then I think we can see changes in those tax rules and stuff. Enough talking about that here now. We have gone through our second game. We have won 7-1 against West Bromwich, and I guess I'll see you in the next and last game of this episode. And so we're here, third and last game of this episode. It's a Carabao Cup game against Aston Villa. They are in the Premier League as well. And let's see what kind of players we can use today, because we talked way too much last game, so we didn't get to rest any players more than the ones that we took out of the team from the start. And we can see that that's done us very good, except that we have nobody. Oh, we got a problem there. Morgan Pierce is way too tired. Sancho is injured. I think we have Faulkner. Brad Faulkner is tired as well, but I think he's going to come in for, at least for him. And then what does this say? 75 more minutes at the most. Jude Bellingham is in need of a rest. How about Niklas Seiwald? He's played again. Oh crap, this is not good. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to do something like this. I'm going to go into Guerrero here, because he's tired as well. Holy smokes. Let's keep on Bellingham on, and we'll try to keep an eye on the game today and bring Niklas Seiwald in for the second half. All I think I can do. Kylian Mbappe is fresh enough to be back in the team, so let's have him back in the team. Adeyemi, should he be playing? Let's put in Rainbow Man. And is Erling Haaland back? Where did we put him? Here we did. Oh, he's fresh. That's a newly spun rose. Let's put him, Sheshko, in there instead of Adeyemi, and have Adeyemi outside of the troop completely. Yeah. Now, what I need to be perhaps better at is stopping players from playing in the under-23 when we know that we need them in the games we're going to be playing. Like, we could really have had a fresh Niklas Seiwald to play in the position of Jude Bellingham today, since he's in need of a rest. So, and stuff like that. That's something that I need to try and get better at. Other than that, let's just get into the game and let's see what we can do today. We could really, if we want to keep on, if we want to try and get a result like the last season where we won everything, we need to win today because it's a cup game. We only have one chance. We can't sort of lose these games because then you go out at once, as you all know, of course. The only cup you can lose a game in is, of course, when you play home and away, and when you play group stages like the Champions League. That's where you can afford to lose a game or two, but in these games here, you certainly are not allowed to miss out on a single opportunity. You're not allowed to lose a game. Oh! If you lose today, you're out of the cup, of course. That's just the way it is. Bruno Fernandes. Oh! But let's not believe that. Let's believe that we are going to go through in this game, and we're going to do everything we can in order for that to happen. Mbappe running for that ball, but it goes out. But it should be our throw-in, since it was headed away from the goal chance that we had there. Here's Bellingham. Lamptey gets the ball in, and oh, Bellingham is there. Pierce shoot! Oh, over the bar there. Good effort though. Here comes United again. Mbappe. Davis. Alphonso Davis. Oh. Is that a penalty? No, Rainman was offside. All right. Yeah, that's right. We're playing him from start today. That young lad. Would be interesting if he could score a goal or two. So that, because that could help him in his development. But we're just gonna have to see. Here's Mbappe. Ooh. Lamptey. Bellingham. Oh, he tries to get it back to Lamptey, but Lamptey wasn't there. Here's Haaland. Rainman. Morgan Pierce. Oh. It is an unfortunate name, Morgan Pierce, because I don't want to say Piers Morgan, but it sort of opens up for you to mistakenly say that. I don't have any opinion about Morgan Pierce, but or Piers Morgan, I should say. You see, I get them confused the other way around as well, but I don't have any real. I think he's done some good shit and he's done some bad shit. So yeah, I don't really care about Piers Morgan, to be honest. But it's still irritating when you have a name that is so close, but it's completely turned around, and you often say the wrong name. Morgan Pierce is the real name of him. Here's Rainman through, and Rainman scores! Tino Rainman, that's what we wanted to happen. Let's see him explode in development, please. I need him to start to develop, because I think he has some potential that is extreme, and if he could get anywhere close to that soon, we could make some money by selling players. We don't know who, but maybe it would be Šeško, or if he can get up to that quality, to Šeško and Adeyemi, one of them might be leaving the club. Not this season though. We're not going to sell any players mid-season, so nobody's going to leave in January, that's for sure. But maybe when the season is over, we'll find some players to get rid of, and might be bringing in something new. Who knows? Here's Morgan Pierce. Oh! I would like to find some more youth players. Would like to get some new strong players from a youth system, which that doesn't look like I'm going to get. All of them were orange. all categories at the moment. The real news won't come, of course, until December, I think it is. So that's going to be interesting to see. Here's Mbappe. Mbappe, oh! But at the moment, we seem to be able to get ourselves through in this cup. 1-0 against Aston Villa, and we have pretty much dominated this game so far. Hopefully we will continue with that. This is the last game of this episode, by the way, as you know, probably. And it would be great to end it with a way to the next round of the League Cup, or the Carabao Cup. Morgan Pierce to Rainman. Rainman, can he get another one? No. Stopped by their goalkeeper. Which gives us a corner. Bruno Fernandes. Lamptey. Morgan Pierce. Oh, Lamptey. Now Morgan Pierce has some really high flair, so he could dribble a couple of players. I think it is, for me, I feel that this is the right midfield version of the very young Ryan Giggs. That's why I sort of felt like this was a player I really wanted to put some effort into becoming something. I mean, yes, he does miss out on a couple of things, but look at the flair and the acceleration there. It's just like he should have had some better technique, and it would be Ryan Giggs all over again. He was a tremendous player in his youth, but he was no all-round player like he was in the end of his career. Definitely not. Although he might not have gotten a lot of points in the 98-99 season, for me he was unstoppable. They had to kick him in knee heights to get to stop him when he got dribbling on the left side. I remember against Juventus, they were up at his thigh and kicked him and ran into him and stuff like that in order to stop him, because he was just going crazy for them, so to speak. They could not handle him. He was just too good. And yeah, so that was a nice season for us United fans. Definitely the 98-99. It was a dream season. And the question is if we're ever gonna get a season like that. I don't know. I mean, yeah, greatness with these big teams, greatness comes and goes, and we now have another sort of things where greatness can come and go, and that's with all this money that is being spent, like City would never have become a big club without the money from the oil money. It's not the way it goes. Oh, Haaland! Perfect. Now City might still have become a Premier League team. Definitely, they were a Premier League team a couple of times before that, but they would never have become this huge powerhouse that they are now, unless they would have gotten the money. So, yeah. So we can. The football have changed, of course, and it's going to continue to change. And who knows? There is some rumors if Qatar is not allowed to buy United, that they might be heading for West Ham or something like that, and all of a sudden we can have West Ham becoming a powerhouse. Might become as big as United and Liverpool and as City are at the moment, and Chelsea and all of those big clubs. And money can do that. So yeah. There we go, Haaland. Oh. But I feel that we are through now. I think it's If we get an injury or two, or somebody sent off or something, we could lose this. Other than that, we're going to be winning this game. Oh, Kylian Mbappe with a free kick. Oh, beautiful goal and a 3-0. How nice isn't that? Look at that. Oh, nice one. Almost a David Beckham one. So yeah. Here comes Aston Villa. De Ligt heading the way. Oh, here we come. Lamptey. Can he get it up? Gets it back to Savold. Oh, to Faulkner. Savold. De Ligt. Fofana. De Ligt. Fofana, De Ligt, and they're just passing through to each other. Faulkner. Faulkner is another one with a really high potential, but I've sort of, because of the flair and because he's Welsh for some stupid reason, I'm thinking about Ryan Giggs. I prefer to play Morgan Pearce before Faulkner, so that's a bit of a sad part, of course, but yeah. Especially if it is that Faulkner is having a higher potential perhaps than Morgan Pearce, then it's very sad because yeah, there should be room for letting them both get an opportunity and chances. Oh, Faulkner, close of scoring there. Mbappe, oh, Rayman is there but could not score, but he runs for the ball. There's Rainman, Savold, Fofana, Savold, Faulkner, Mbappe, Haaland, Rainman, Faulkner. Oh. Should we play again? I think that's the name of the one that created in that movie War Games from 1982, I think it is, where there is a computer that almost starts the World War III. I think the creator, his last name was Faulkner, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why I said, shall we play again? Because that's what the computer told, what was his name? Matthew something. Oh, Broderick, I think it is. So yeah, good movie if you haven't seen it. I recommend you to see it. I know there is a War Games 2 made for a couple of years, since a couple of years ago. I haven't seen that yet, so I'm not going to recommend that one. But the first one from, I think it's 1992, as I said, that's a really good movie, so I really recommend you seeing that one. Here we go. We go through in the Carabao Cup, 3-0 victory. And we're going to continue here because we're going to be summarizing this episode. Let's go with the assistants as well. And we get to give Niklas Savold a taste of the first team as well. Not being spoiled with that. And yeah, you can see here we're going to have to fix some training stuff and so things like that later on. Let's go through the news here first. They are, oh, look at all these players need to be rested. Oh, Haaland, Mbappe, Bellingham, Davies, Tariq is a little jaded. Brad Faulkner and Andy Stokebridge is very tired. Oh, this is not good. But of course, we're going to praise Erling Haaland for his performance in that game. Let's go through the things here that we usually do. Let's start with the schedule to see who we're going to play in the next episode. We're going to start out against Arsenal, and that's only 4 days away. Ooh, how are we going to get a good team together to play against Arsenal away as well? Oh, that's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, that's going to be tough. All those tired players. It's going to be really hard to get together a team that can beat Arsenal there, I think. But let's be optimistic. Then we're going to be playing Nice, and that's only another 3 days after that. So that's another short terms of rest, I must say. And could be a bit tired. Then we actually get a little help here, because we play on a Tuesday, which is not the best of days since we have short period here in between. But then we don't play until Sunday against City. So from those 7 days to 12, that's 5 days between these two games, which is very good. And then we have an entire week before we play against Leicester. So, but the next episode is going to be tough. 3 tough games there as well. And we have the home game in the Champions League, which is a game we don't want to lose any points when we play at home, as I said. We have Liverpool coming up in the episode after that. Leicester, Atalanta and Liverpool. After that, Tottenham, Chelsea and Leipzig. West Ham unknown, because that's the Carabao Cup. And Southampton, Newcastle, Everton, Watford. Burnley, Arsenal and potential FA Cup there. So yeah, an interesting season looking ahead. Loads of game coming in as well. Of course, it's going to be something big if we're not going to go through in the Champions League. So I'm 100% sure we're going to go through in the Champions League, which means there's going to be at least 2 more games coming up about that. FA Cup we haven't been drawn into, so we're going to have that, and we're going to be drawn in the Carabao Cup. And we're top of the table, as you can see. Liverpool has lost 2 points here towards us, so they have drawn again. Most possibly that goalless draw against Chelsea. Let's see what we have. Yes, it must be, because we have the West Bromwich highest there. So Chelsea game, home against Chelsea, they lost points. We have lost points against Leeds at home, which are our biggest rivals besides Liverpool. So, yeah, you can understand that. So that's interesting. Let's go for some club info, where everything should be, I mean, state-of-the-art, worldwide, state-of-the-art. Looking at Club Vision, or maybe more here. Let's have a look if we can get to the facilities. Isn't there... Well, let's go into facilities. We can see here top corporate facilities, state-of-the-art training facilities, state-of-the-art youth facilities, and exceptional academy coaching, exceptional youth recruitment. So we really should, in all honesty, we should have gotten at least one every year that is kind of a really good player, I feel, anyway. And looking at this, you can see here, there's a number, but they're all on D, and wingbacks is a red one. So the question is, maybe it's not, we're not there yet. Poor intake, look at that. And you can see where they're distributed, and it's not good. But I think this is going to be updated in December. And yeah, he looks great, Nick Cox. So let's hope that he is as great in his hidden attribute as well. But yeah, our finances lost another 16 million so far this month, which isn't good. So we're down to 200 million. We have a transfer budget of 152 about that. So yeah, the Club Vision, they look to be developing using the youth system. I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. Since Andy Stockbridge is in the team now, Morgan Pearce is playing a lot. I mean, there's loads of players that I'm using from the youth system, and they're still very disappointing, despite us winning with them playing. So yeah, that's a bit of irritating thing. When is our contract running out? There, season 26-27. So we have a couple of years before that's going to happen. And yeah, I just don't. I have one little thing that I'm wondering about, and that is don't think I can do that there. If we go FIFA Club World Cup. This is something I don't know. Title holders are Chelsea. They won it in 21-22. When is it next time it's going to be played? I mean, if I look at the rules, they don't say when it's going to be played. Here is something. Registered in June 2025. So I guess I'll have to win the Champions League this year to be sure to qualify for the... Holy moly. Club World Cup Qatar 2020. Well, that's the World Cup, the latest World Cup. That's not... has nothing to do with this. Host Australia. So Australia is going to host the next FIFA World Cup, and qualification winners qualify for the semi-final. Yeah, I know that, but who qualifies for the structure? There's going to be a quarter-final, and it's all going to be played on 2 days. First in Group A, first in Group B, first in Group C, first in Group D, E and F, G and H. Only players registered for the competition are able to play. Extra time played, scored. Match has been... I mean... No fixtures are schedule. There's no schedule either. So, I mean... Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's the first time I haven't been able to... Not playing on my own either, getting this far in the Champions League or in this stage in the Football Manager game. So honestly, this is the farthest I've gone in Football Manager 22. Yeah, most of my Football Manager is the ones that I play, the saves that I play, and one of the reasons I do it is because it keeps it more interesting. When I play by myself, I get bored and I start cheating, and yeah, the game isn't fun after that. You stop playing after a season or two, or maybe even a couple of games, when you started to cheat, because what's the point of winning when you cheat? Doesn't really give you anything. So that's why these are good for me, these YouTube videos, because they keep me from cheating, and most of all, they keep me having an interest in the game, wanting to play the game, which because I love the game when I don't cheat, but I don't have if I don't record it, I don't have the, what should I say, the time or whatever, I don't feel like playing 10 seasons to get to where I want to play if I'm playing by myself. I want instant results when I'm playing by myself, but as this YouTube thing here makes me think or make me feel that it's more important to not cheat and to see what I can perform, and if I can get what I want, these success and build up the teams and everything, especially with Telford now, where I'm very worried I won't survive this. I think we're into season 3. I'm really scared that I'm going to lose my job at Telford. I'm sure, I'm 100% sure, telling the truth when I'm doing that, because we are struggling. We have managed to get back up to a playoff situation, but the board have said that they want me to win the division and get promoted in that way, in that sense. And that scares me, because that makes me feel that if we don't get promoted, I'm going to get sacked. And the good thing is that there will be a pause from Friday saves, because we are getting close to November, and we know that Football Manager 24 is coming out in November, and I don't have the time to start yet another save. So of course you all know, or I should not to take it like that. The plan is, of course, that hopefully I'll keep my job at Telford, and I'll test out one of the things that is going to be new in Football Manager 24, and that is that you will be able to move your save from Football Manager 23 to Football Manager 24, which will be marvelous in my mind. I will be very pleased about that, and hopefully that will be our Friday save. And yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. And I don't think we have much more to say about this episode and about this play here. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Do like, subscribe, and all that nice stuff. Stay safe out there. Have heaps of fun. And I'll just end with bye 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 bye.